Guayanilla.
Right?
Right?
Is it worth the chain?
Was it worth the chain or what?
Look at the cat.
This is insane, guys. Literally. Okay.
Alright guys, major announcement. We had to do a warm-up trip, so we decided to come to Puerto Rico before Thailand.
Just Braylon. Actually, hey you. Who are you?
Braylon. Felipe's nephew. I'm here to spend time with my grandmother, auntie, and uncle.
Is it your first time in Puerto Rico?
Yes, it's my first time. I'm very excited. Mountains looking good.
Are you Puerto Rican?
Yes, I am Puerto Rican actually.
Whoa, that's crazy. Who's this? Introduce her.
This is my grandmother. This is from my dad's side. My father's mother actually. And she's also Puerto Rican. She's here to spend time with her lovely son and daughter-in-law.
And grandson.
Her grandson.
There we go. So we out. Let's go. Take us to the car.
Welcome to Guayanilla.
Woo!
This is where my mom was born and all of my mom's family, the Caraballos. They were well known in Guayanilla. There were several siblings. The Ocayo, who has also passed away, may he rest in peace. He was, he did everything here. He sold water, he sold vitamins, he had a radio talk show. So he was relatively well known. I had my other uncle, Reying. He was also part of a Club de Leon. And I hope I'm remembering all this right, because, you know, this is going back a bit. So my family did contribute somewhat to Guayanilla. We came here today because I want to show them where my parents are buried. And we also have some other family members I know here. My grandparents, I believe, were in another cemetery. But I wanted to show my grandson some of his roots. Where the Caraballos are from. The Caraballos from my mom's side of the family. And I'm remembering a lot of things. I can't imagine I can't believe how I used to walk all these streets when I was like 9 years old. I used to go from Santa Elena to Las Magas. But yes, so happy, so thrilled, so emotional. And I think I'm gonna cut it here.
Yay! Good job, Lala.
We're in Boston. I'm getting ready to see my aunt. I don't even think I've met her in the past. Ever met her? So it's gonna be a very special
And she's the
moment.
last one in Puerto Rico.
It's my last living aunt on the other side.
¿Tienes cuánto?
Ya voy para 82.
Ni una ruda, Coño, she looks just like mama.
Ay, papá, Dios te bendiga.
Hola, hola, soy Jane.
Gracias, ¿Estás emocionado? Ay, mi amor.
This is it. Lala.
Sí, porque siempre te...
No es lo mismo en Facebook ni nada de eso.
Esta es Sofía. Esta está en Ohio, y esta en Virginia, y esta en Texas.
Jelly bean, ven. Jelly bean, jelly bean. Hi, hi, hi.
Ay, Dios mío. Dígame que eso
¿Él entiende inglés? ¿Habla inglés? No. Hey. Her name's Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean. Jelly Bean, Jelly Bean, Jelly Bean. Hi.
Hi, Jelly. Oh my God. He's like, whoa, whoa.
Yes.
Outside this dog sounded so like.
How do you sound?
qué sé yo,
Yeah.
I used to collect plates, and when I decided I'm done with it, I wasn't gonna collect anymore. I got rid of them. She was there visiting.
Right?
No, it's a seed. Careful, you know.
Oh, like a tree seed.
Yeah, some type of seed, and they.
Turn the face towards the camera. Yeah. Wow. How cool is that?
como 8 que Javier me trajo de Corea.
Oh, okay.
Eso.
That's from Korea. Those elephants. ¿Tú hablas inglés o español? Un besito. Un besito. Ay, no Spanish.
Ese café, pero déjame decirte.
Una mezcla, ¿no?
No, ese café donde yo lo compro es en Sam's, pero es de Puerto Rico. Sí, te voy a.
Voy a ver si lo consigo en Miami.
Déjame, te voy a.
Miami, sí,
Déjame,
What's the name of it?
It's in Sam's Club.
Oh.
mira, te voy a enseñar.
You're always doing
One
something.
uncle of mine alone has 6 kids. That's Gallo.
Blanca y Norca, 7. Que la hija de Blanca salió Miss Earth.
Sí.
Puerto Rico, Miss Earth, ¿qué más?
Ajá, entonces ahora ella está en Tailandia.
Tailandia.
Oh my God.
Maybe we could meet one of my cousins.
Yes,
on that
in
mom. Remember I
Thailand.
told you she does like Miss Universe?
I'm down. I'm down for anything.
Sí, está allá.
So we have the northern and the southern. In the north, which is San Juan, Rio Piedras, where we're at now, is much greener than the southern side.
Show me, Lala. Where do I gotta go? Oh, wow.
Some authentic Puerto Rican beachos.
That's right. At some
In
point.
Puerto Rico, you have to have at least one Puerto Rican beach.
From volcano, so this could be volcano.
From that.
Lava?
Yes. Hola. Woo! So we just made it on the ferry to Vieques. We left from Ceballa. It's leaving at 1 p.m. A little after 1 p.m. We'll get there in an hour and a half.
Just a bit after. We're gonna be there for like 6-7 hours. We're there till 8:30, and we catch the ferry back same day.
There's a lot in store at Vieques, but instead of telling you, we're just going to show you. So we'll see you there. This is what they meant by the 10-minute walk down the trail.
You might see some footage in this video. We were walking to Black Sand Beach.
Oh my God.
We were losing hope, and a car goes down the street. I stopped the car. I asked the girl how far is it if she was headed that way. She said no. I said, hey, are you headed in that direction? And I laughed. I said, mind if we hitchhike? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy I did that. We got to see this beautiful beach. It would have taken us at least an hour to walk. All right, so we just made friends. What's your name?
Claire?
Claire, I'm friends with Claire now. We made friends in Vieques.
wasn't here. Tío Cayo's here.
The Lord is my shepherd.
I shall not want. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For his rod and thy staff, they comfort
That's
me.
the beginning of that quote.
Yep, that's Psalms 23. That's my mommy's favorite. We'll learn it together.
And Abuela, of course, drop them off. I dropped them off at Abuela's. I got in my car and I drove to Titi Evelyn's house where she lived. And I stopped at the corner. Because I was like, okay, there's no ambulance. Okay. I don't see anybody outside, nothing. It was, so I drove up to the, okay, you got this. I drove there, got to the front, got out, opened the front door, and there's my mom. So I was like,
What happened?
okay, what's going on? It was like 3 in the morning, I think. I don't know. And she's like, your dad passed away. Gilbert passed away, she says. Gilbert passed away. I was like,
We weren't together?
huh? Like, and it just, but that night, when they woke me up, they woke me up while I was having a dream. And my dream was that I was driving on 117, not me, but somebody was driving on 117, and I was like in a Jeep, and all of a sudden on 117th, I see like these stars just raining down. And I'm looking and I'm like, what is that? I didn't say anything to the person driving. I don't know in my dream who was driving. But I was like, what is that?
You just knew.
And all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, it's Judgment Day. And
Like it's happening.
I said, we gotta get to the house, get me to the house. I have to tell my husband not to be afraid. I gotta tell my family not to be afraid, that these are the angels coming down. And I get out the vehicle and I start running up I open the gate to run into my house. But as I'm getting to be able to go, an angel comes between me and the door to the house, the entrance to the patio, and the angel, with a beautiful, beautiful smile, extends her hand to me. But my
Shaking.
hand was automatically going towards her without me having any control over it. And then I knew I couldn't touch her hand, because if I touch her hand, I was gonna go up to heaven.
You would go with her.
And not have an opportunity to tell my family not to be afraid. And just when my fingers were gonna touch, the phone rang. And I found that to be a message from my dad.
Absolutely comforting.
Not to be afraid.
That is so
Dad.
comforting.
It's death isn't something to fear.
At all.
At the end.
Just the beginning of a new
Just
life.
the beginning. And I don't know who I've told that story to, but
I got it now forever.
I'm so grateful.
so you always get a sign. Look for a sign. When you're in trouble, pray to God and say, Lord, please send me a sign. And it may be a sign on a billboard.
Literally.
It might be somebody that passes and says just the right words to you. But you'll always get that sign. You just have to look and see.
Let's take a picture.
Oh, I miss them so much. So much they could have seen. I know they were happy watching, but...
Where are we?
Well, now we've made it to Las Magas Abajo. This is where my grandparents are from my mother's side. Once again, this is all related to my mom's side of the family. I remember as a child, my grandfather coming and walking with me. He was always so proud because I was a little New Yorican, and he would take me to, that was the store, I believe, where that white door is. I remember he taking me to a little store, and I would get my limbel, which is an icing in a cup. There was a schoolhouse here, a wooden schoolhouse, and I remember they let me go to school for one day with the little kids here. They invited me in right away. It was like one big room. It wasn't a huge school. It was like Little House on the Prairie.
And explore your neighborhood.
It was called Papa Juan, was my grandfather. And Mama Celi was my grandma.
Mm.
So we're gonna go on and
See their house. If we could go find it.
which was made by my grandfather. He can leave the car here.
Okay, what?
This is where one of my cousins lived. I remember my cousin Frankie. We don't keep in touch anymore. I don't even know where he is. But I remember he was much older than me. But since I was big and he was small for his age, I used to bully him.
Yeah.
And I would pick him up and if I see someone come out, I'm gonna definitely
ask. Oh, look, they're right there, Lala. Ask. Hola.
Pero Benny también y su hermano. Yo estaba tan chiquitito. Yo sé que atrás había unas escaleras que bajan aquí. Sí, porque yo corría todo esto. Mira, pusieron, cosas que es dirt.
Ajá.
Yo venía con esa señora que yo le digo, ella era mi suegra. Y ella venía aquí conmigo, doña Juan y eso. Y entonces yo tenía amistad con la esposa de Benny, que es Cicia, Patricia, que dicen Cicia, que es la esposa de Benny. Que ellos viven ahora para otro sitio, para otro...
Wow, contra, como hubieran...
Era así como bajando.
Voy a ver si encuentro la casa de mi abuelo ahora.
Ajá.
Creo que es ese de ahí.
Vale.
Yeah.
So, my grandfather built this house himself. 6 kids. And the house was... So, there was no toilet. There was an outhouse. Finally, I remember years later, because I used to always fear coming here because they didn't have a bathroom. Finally, they put one in. But, 6 kids. And he built it himself. This is where it all began. Yes, this is it. I remember the patio. Hola. Esta era la casa de mi abuelo. Él fue el que hizo esta casa. Él construyó esta casa. Juan Rodríguez. Caraballo, perdón.
Caraballo, sí. Sí, yo tengo los papeles de Caraballo.
Juan Caraballo y Felicitas Rodríguez.
Aquí una vez vino, no sé si me parece que es
Cayo.
Cayo.
Sí, él falleció hace poco, hace unos añitos. ¿Sería posible yo ver la casita un poco? ¿Fue posible ver la casita?
Caramba.
¿Afuera? Sí, por fuera. Para que vean atrás como yo corría de niña. I'll take the outside, I'll take anything.
Yeah, anything.
Cuidado cuando bajen por ahí.
Sí.
Oh my goodness. ¿Cuál es el nombre suyo?
Salvador Toro, pero me dicen Vita, todo el mundo aquí.
Vita.
Vita.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Watch it here. I remember my grandfather, my family, killing a pig for the holidays, and they had told me to go inside, not to come out, but as a child, when you tell them not to do something, of course, I looked out. I wanted to see what they were doing. And I saw when they put the knife in the hog and the pig and just ripped him open to kill him. And oh my God, after that, I didn't want to eat pig
Trauma.
for a long time.
That's that trauma. Look at the beautiful mountain in the background.
Odd house was out here. Somewhere in this area was, see, they closed this wall with cement now. But look at the kitchen window, still wood.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the style. Of, Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Gracias. Ah.
Okay.
Gracias. So sweet. True Puerto Rican
Right.
hospitality.
¿A la venta?
No.
Ay, Dios mío.
Gracias.
1937.
I didn't know that.
1937.
1937.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
Oye, gracias por...
Que vaya bien.
Gracias por todo. Wow.
God. Mission accomplished.
Woo!
Thank you.
Woo!
Mwah.
Ay, my Lala. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Yeah, we're good.
I got more than I expected.
Like a pretty